Finding
There's
the
certainly
right
been a
foster
lot more
family.
questions than there have been answers for residents here in California City. What happened? Where did they go? Did someone harm 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin West? Well, let's take a look back, starting from day one.
Good evening, YouTube. Please take the moment out to like, comment, and subscribe my channel. It really helps. Sorry, that's my dog Papa in the back while I'm recording a live video for you guys. So today I wanted to discuss Irwin and Orson West, and they had a nice little visual. You know, you weren't allowed on the property because they were scared of trespassing. You know, in the past they've had people come and bust the windows out and vandalize the house. So they were really strict about, you know, calling the cops if you got on their property. You know, they didn't mind you coming out and putting your candles out and stuff and paying your respects to the boys, but they didn't want anyone on their property, you know. I've seen a lot of videos where different YouTubers and just regular people would go, you know, and record the house and just showing everybody this is where the boys were missing. This is the neighborhood that he vanished without a trace, because, you know, everybody's really scratching their heads. How do two little boys come up missing without a trace? Nobody's seen them. Nobody picked them up on their cameras. You know, it's 2021. Well, at the time it was 2020. And I mean, I know just about all my neighbors. I have a surveillance camera. I know all my neighbors have surveillance cameras. And it's just really weird that none of the neighbors ever seen the boys playing outside that day. Never seen any of the boys walking around with the dad. While I'm thinking about another interesting fact is that I was watching another video. It's a YouTuber. He goes by AV News. He does a live stream like every day. He says if you really are into the case and you want to follow the boys, he does really good at putting a lot of information out. He goes around and he walks that neighborhood. I believe he lives in that city, in California City. So he does a lot of walking around and he does a lot of live streams. And in one of his lives, he ends up walking. He was walking around and he ends up running into Travell West and his father. They were walking the dog named Chalk. So all this time we were thinking that the boys were in the back playing with some chalk, or, you know, I was like, well, why isn't any chalk on the ground? They never told us that Chalk was the dog, because in his video you would see him clearly. He says Chalk. The dog looks at him. And you can see him kind of yank the dog back. And I just, shout out to him for just, breaking that little clue for us. Because I was just really wondering, where is the Chalk at in the backyard that these boys are supposedly back there playing with at night while you're chopping firewood? That story didn't make sense. But, if you're out there chopping firewood and the boys are, messing around with the dog, that kind of makes a little bit more sense, But just to leave your kids while you're cutting wood and in that area, even though your yard is, I seen their house on, I believe, Google Maps. I pulled up the image of their house and it's gated. But at the same time, you don't know what kind of animals. You're in the desert. You don't know if it's snakes back there. Who would leave two little boys in the backyard by themselves, even if they were playing with Chalk, the dog? So now it's been it's been 35 days, over a month, since the boys have last been seen, and they went missing without a trace. The latest update, the police chief said there's no update at this time. Why? I mean, I just don't. After 37 days, you can't even tell us how they left out of the house, who they were with, where they went. Do the police chief even know that Chalk is the dog? Because I didn't know. I honestly thought they were playing with Chalk. It's just, this case is just really just, oof. It's so much that's going on, and they keep saying, oh, we can't release everything to the public. Well, release something. Let us know that you're trying. So I want to talk about some of the things that the police chief said in his interview. What do you guys think about some of the things that he said in his interview? What do you think about his interview? Do you think he's trying everything he can to find the boys? He's open to all help. He's willing to listen out to any tips that we may have. But why aren't the adoptive parents being held accountable for something? Because I didn't know you could just let your kids walk out of your sight and you not be held accountable. You are responsible for those children. You adopted them because their parents were unfit. You would have thought the biological mother would have been in trouble for something like this, not the adoptive parents. And they still have not been held accountable for it. Where are the lie detector tests? Where are the results for the lie detector tests? How come they get to walk around free and do whatever they want to do while these boys are probably, excuse me, but, these boys are probably not here anymore. 35 days gone, vanished without a trace. Just think about that for a minute. Your 2 kids in the backyard with you. You go in to put firewood inside and you turn around to go back out and they're gone. Wouldn't you think Chalk, the dog, would have barked or maybe followed behind them? 35 days and still nothing. We are left with the same information that we started with. This case is it just really, really just bothers me. So the next thing I really wanted to take a look at, we're going to break down some of their interviews. We want to really focus on these interviews on this podcast. I really want to focus on the interviews of the adoptive parents now. What do you think was wrong with their videos? Because I know I noticed in the videos, the parents weren't holding each other. They didn't seem emotional to me. When he talked and he got off track, she was right there to back him up. If he stumbled on his words, she was right there to pick up right where he left off. I've seen so many parents that have been missing their kids or looking for their kids. They're crying out to the public. They look in the camera in their eyes, hoping that whoever has their kids or wherever their kids are at or kid, they look in the camera so we can feel their emotion. We can have empathy for the situation, but not these 2. You see them with their hands crossed. He's huffing and puffing. They're so more worried about what the biological parents are saying on the side, then they can't even focus on finding their kids. They're supposed to be that's their kids. They adopted them. The other kids were foster kids that so happily, just by coincidence, they gone for Christmas holiday. But the 2 boys that you adopted, they stayed home with you. What about the video that's going around that shows Travell West on the night that the boys went missing, him getting in the car, driving down the street, and he's driving so fast, there's no way he could be looking for nobody. I'm sorry, it's no way. Why would you be driving your car down the street anyway looking for your missing boys? I'm going door to door. I'm knocking on door to door, all the way down. Maybe somebody could follow me in the car, but I don't want to be in the car because I might can't hear my kids screaming. How you looking for your kids like that? You drive down the street, less than 5 minutes later, you're turning around, you're pulling back up. But yeah, I just wanted to break down the adoptive parents interview. And on my next video, I will go more into detail about the Chief's interview. I'm still going through some of the things, I've watched that video over and over, and I really want to get some good information on his video, even though he really didn't give us no information at all. So I just want to dig up some more stuff about this police chief. And then the second, I will go over, we're going to go over more video. We're going to go over the biological mother's interview. And then we're going to go over all the stuff that I seen in the case and all the videos that I posted. I'm going to do just a big update to where we are now. So if it's anything that I missed, anything that you guys want me to talk about, you're more than, please just leave a comment at the bottom. And I will try my best to read your comments. I read everyone's comment. I might not have time to reply to everybody's comment, but I do try to make sure I acknowledge everyone. And so just leave a comment. I do read all the comments. And like I said, if you guys really like what I do, just please like, comment, and subscribe, so we can get these boys found. And I do more videos like that. And be on the lookout, because also we're going to be giving out some giveaways, because I really appreciate you guys supporting me and supporting my channel. I'll be doing some giveaways, so be on the lookout for that. You know, I want to do some fun things for us. You know, talking about a lot of these stories sometimes can be very depressing. So I want to do, you know, give some good giveaways back. So please like and comment, and thank you, and I'll be back with another video.